2022 was not like 2021. 2021 was madness, but 2022 had its fair share of insanity. Some celebrities just went off, like off, and some were pretty much just thrown in the mix without even knowing what's going on. It's like bullets. You close your eyes, you open, and boom, a bullet has caught you. And one of these celebrities who was caught in the crossfire multiple times this year is none other than Giuliani. I feel like this man is just chilling, living his life at the coast, and then next thing he knows, he's trending on Twitter. And he's just like, wait, what did I do now? It was the first thing that happened to him was like Lillian and the whole drama, the whole saga. Now, it actually started with speculations because we'd seen some of the selfies between him and Lillian Nganga, right? We see selfies, we're like, what's going on there? We speculate, something's going on, something's cooking.
Chemistry, biology.
Something's cooking, eh? To do any science, Gani, but there is some mixtures that are being reactive, yeah? So we're like, what's going on there? But we moved on, because they didn't say anything, we moved on, right? Next thing we know, there's this whole drama with her ex-man's Mr. Alfred. She's over there, litigation. She has hired the Murgors to even represent her. Like, there was insanity with that part. There was drama with how she was probably being kicked out of the house and not being kicked out of the house. Like, there was a lot going on that front. And then less than weeks later, guess what we see? We see them on pictures together again. Boniface Mwangi is there posting a picture akiwa katikati yao. You know, we're like, it's not your place, sir. It's not your place, but okay, we're going to take it. Next thing we know, wedding. Someone actually revealed that there was a secret wedding there, and we're like, hang on, what is happening? And during the pictures the pictures that were released, a series of pictures that were leaked of their wedding, looked like friend Lillian had a little bit of a baby bump, and we're like, wait a minute, she's married and she's now pregnant by Giuliani. What's going on? Next thing we know, baby reveal. I'm like, wow, things are going so fast in this Giuliani world. Next thing we know, at the end of the year, what is going on? People are comparing Giuliani to the former, the governor actually, Mr. Alfred Mutua. He's strolling a really nice suitcase and Giuliani is strolling a baby stroller. And stray bullets. He's over there coming back. His clapback was, here's my paybill numbers. Here's my money, mobile banking number. Send me money if you want to support me. He started revealing all the projects that he's doing in Costo. Next thing we know, people are like, oh, you should have been, it should have been, they should have said, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that was a lot for him as a person. It was a lot of stray bullets that he really was. Like, every time this man would wake up and see his name on Twitter, it's something that is absolutely nothing to do with him personally. It's just something that was pieced together between 1 and 2 and 3 and then 5. And then here we are, Giuliani. What did you think about all the drama that was going on with him?
I think the thing I hated the most is the fact that people were very quick to attack Lillian and not forget that her former husband or her former partner had been involved in so much controversy. Like, there were rumors, like allegedly he had impregnated somebody and she was receiving money via the driver and there was no direct link to it. It was a lot. So you guys forget everything that was happening with him. And the minute this woman decides to leave this man, even if she had left him because she's a gold digger and she has gone to dig for silver now, you know, it was none of our business. She was not happy in the situation she was in.
14 years of slave.
Exactly.
Yeah?
With no ring, no title, an empty title, First Lady of Machakos County.
Imagine.
You know.
What's that even?
And she was brave enough to leave a toxic situation. Whether it was toxic or not, we're just speculating, okay? Don't sue us.
Based
allegedly,
on what you
okay? But she was brave enough to do it. And I feel like most of the people who are attacking her are because they were projecting their situations, okay? You are there with your cheating husband. You are there raising children that are not yours because they were had in your marriage. So you're very quick to attack Lillian when she does something so brave as, you know, seeking happiness. You know, it's very taboo for you to leave a powerful man and go and start dating a hustler. You know, it was very taboo, but she was chasing happiness and a lot of people were angry and sad and confused. And I think for you to wish downfall on somebody, or you're going to regret that decision when all they're doing is just seeking
Protecting
happiness.
themselves.
You know, you're a witch. You're a witch. You're a witch doctor.
The difference between you and Mama Jerry, number 07, blah, 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 the ones that are painted on the posters, nothing. No difference.
Nothing. Yeah, you're a witch. Because why would you be sad about somebody seeking happiness? And you've mentioned Mugor, the lawyer.
Yeah.
And we cannot forget,
The
okay?
drama with
We're
the
not going to
twins.
forget the Ndichu brothers, the Ndichu twins.
That was a
You know
lot.
we will forget. You thought because if you make your Instagram private, we are going to forget that you assaulted somebody because of a babe. A fine babe that was not yours.
God.
That you cast your wives. Such an embarrassment. And the way your wives are powerhouses.
Imagine.
You know, as in,
Janet.
men will embarrass you.
Men
will embarrass you.
They will find the hole and dig it for you and then throw you under because then
Exactly.
men can embarrass you.
Yeah.
But speaking of men embarrassing people, well, what was happening with the cabbies?
Let me tell you, we cannot forget.
Jabot
okay?
guy.
Not Jabot.
Wa
it's Rav.
Jesus.
The
Sorry,
Ravs.
the Ravs.
The Ravs, okay? Yani 2022 mimi nimeona mengi, okay? Now, the Wa Jesus family are, let's say,
Millennial.
religious content
religious
creators, okay?
millennial couple.
They have branded themselves as a saved Christian couple, and they show us their life and everything. And for the most part, it was goals, you know? And we used to make fun of them and the content, you know, some of it was relatable and it was banter and it was nice. And it was nice to see a successful Kenyan YouTube couple doing it, killing it, having these views and everything. Even though they used to chase clout kidogo kidogo, it was like our version of the Ace family, okay? America has the Ace family. We had the Wa Jesus family.
We really did.
And we were happy. And it was so, how do I call it? It was so us, you know. You could really relate to everything that was happening until we could not, okay? Until there was a rumor that Kabi Wa Jesus had sired a child with his cousin. And
Jesus.
he went from being Kabi Wa Jesus to Uncle Dad. And we hate for this to be shade, but this is the tea, okay? He was now Uncle Dad. He was the father and the uncle at the same time. And it was drama. And when the rumors came out, they came out as a couple and they sat down in front of a camera and they denied everything.
A whole
And his wife
YouTube
even
video.
cried, okay? And speaking of people who came out on a camera and even cried, we also had Derek Jackson and his wife.
Oh, God,
Derek
that's-
Jackson gives marital relationship advice. He's a motivational speaker and a life coach. And then we found out he was cheating on his very loyal Christian Hallelujah drum beating wife. And it was drama.
The worst part is the defense.
And they came and sat in front of a camera. He is looking very nice. Ameoga, amechana nywele. But
Mwenzake amevaa bonnet.
his wife is still in a bonnet. I was like, why? Why would you do that? Anyway, I digress. Let's come back to the Jesus family. They did that. They came in front of a camera, denied everything, you know, said the word of God, do whatever, we rebuke you and all your lies. And the wife cried. We didn't see tears, but she sobbed. It was a very Diana Marua type of thing, okay? She came she came out and we feel so attacked.
But no
you
tears.
know, come to find out, they knew the whole time. They knew what was happening. They just decided we are going to refuse to talk about everything. Anyway, Kabi Wa Jesus' cousin takes Kabi to court in order to get child support for their daughter and wins. And now, after all that controversy, Abi Wa Jesus was brought into the family. And we are happy because at the end of the day, it is very unfair for you to be living very successful lives and you're out here giving content and advising people. You're telling people we all have 24 hours in a day, anga what? And the whole time you're not taking care of your child at home. It was very controversial. Anyway, we are now happy that Abi Wa Jesus is being taken care. That is all we wanted. At the end of that was the bottom line. Bottom line is you're going to take care of this child, whether it is your niece or your daughter, you know.
But like there's something
Your niece's
about
daughter,
there's something
and she's being
about
taken care of.
Kabi that is too unfortunate for me in terms of the miles that he's gone off to. Like this man, you know me by there just kudanganyi. Nikiona mwanaume in their youth, alikuwa amechapa kalikit. Huyo mtu anakuanga very off for me. It's a no.
It's a red flag.
It's a big, it's a banner of redness because this man has continued on to give us confessions of, Mbaka, you're like, what is happening?
Why would you say that?
Why would you,
No.
why are you poisoning our ears with your nonsense? There's something
We
else you
understand,
revealed the other
exactly.
day.
We understand you
can't
found
remember what
God
it was.
and you're living the right path right now. But for you to get on national TV and announce the way you used to lead this life, and your wife is just there looking at you, you know, silently cheering you on, man of God, as you say how you used to run through, you know. I'm like, we don't need to say some of this. Like Nyamaza,
Like, please.
if you want to talk about it, ongea kwa pilo, ushout.
Oh, speak
Alafu
to a
utoke.
counselor, a psychiatrist. That's why they're there. They listen to all of your garbage. But the fact that you constantly do this, especially in the presences of Christians or people of the Christian denomination, such that now they're forced to forgive you. What's this? That Amish nonsense of as long as you have confessed it, God will forgive you, and so we forget about it and we never tell anyone. That has led to so many bad things by there. Religious people, you need to stop forgiving people too quickly because it's a lot. It's a lot. Kabi wa Jesus, please stop confessing. I feel like as we come into 2023, you just need to stop. Just see a psychiatrist. You have a lot of issues. Clearly, there's a lot of stuff that happened with you. You creepy Kalikit man. Moving on. We have Vera Sidika.
We're going to be cancelled in 2023.
Literally, that's the first thing that's happening to us. Vera Sidika, aka Mkewa.
Mauzo Brown Mauzo.
No, but they've called him Mkewa Mgogo. Where is Mauzo Brown from?
Coast.
Yeah, where specifically? He's one of the Mijikenda tribes. If I'll remember, I will refer to it.
I really don't take him seriously because at some point he was like a Kodes boy toy. So it's very hard.
He has clearly decided his role
hard
in
to
life.
take him seriously.
He's decided his role in life as a light-skinned man is to slap on the back of women. But these are just speculations. Can you please cut that part? Because Vera tanikujia. Vera will come for me. Moving on. Vera Sidika had a lot going on 2022, and Brown Mauzo is one of those things that was like a saving grace for her. Like we went from seeing her dating all of these guys, including Otile, including disappearing off to different places in Dubai and disappearing to the States. We saw her in Los Angeles. We saw her in many different places. She was traveling the world
with the African giants.
Up until she's trying to get me in trouble. Up until the point where she then stopped seeing all of these people and she narrowed it down to Brown Mauzo. And next thing we know, we saw the beautiful pictures that oh my God, that brown dress. I am still obsessed with that dress. The one that she wore to showcase her pregnancy and tell us that she's expecting a child. That was that whole photo shoot, just perfection in its own. And everyone is like, oh my God, yeah, you're gonna get a baby. And there was love and hate for that whole situation. And then we moved on to the part where now she started bragging rights. This girl then started posting things telling us about how she's importing baka diapers from the States. She's importing everything, including a pacifier and not limited to baby shoes. Like she was importing everything from the States. And we're like, coolio, no worries. That's kind of cool. I mean, you feel like the quality that you want for your child is that quality and it can be found in this Kenyan market. Do you, boo? Do you, girl? Do you? Hey, and we left it at that. Next thing we know, it is receipts that are being shown for the baby shower. She called all her friends deadbeat because none of them contributed for the whole event. Like she's telling us how much she spent for the event and all of that drama. And people were trying to like talk her out of giving us all this tea, including Rispa Faith, who was at the event, at the baby shower. There's a lot going on with that aspect. And then she started fighting people online about her child. Once the child was born, why are you opening an account for Asia? She is a baby, leave her alone. She opened a whole Instagram account for her child. There was a lot of drama with that as well. And then most recently, that Denda, she can give you a good one, was rumored to have born. She decided she was going to get rid of it. And we're like,
impossible.
Wall up. What just happened? She posted that picture of herself like with her derriere not as rounded as we used to see it, and it caused the whole internet to break. Guys are like, some more people who are happy for her, they're like, yes, take away the chemicals. Other people were kind of sad because damn, that's why we liked you, girl. Other people were on that on the other bandwagon of like, this is what happens when you start to look up to these people. Like there was a whole lot of plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery is not good for people. And this is an example of that. But we all sat down, Turi and I sat here and we told you, it's clout.
Photoshop.
It's clout. Something's dropping. Something's dropping. And less than a week later, what happened? She released the whole song.
Yes.
Sindio?
Which has the most dislikes in Kenya. The song that had the most dislikes was one by Willy Paul in Kenya. But now she had surpassed most dislikes, 39,000 dislikes on that YouTube. video.
It's a lot. So right now, I think she's taken a step back. She's been quiet the last couple of weeks. Actually, let's call it the last couple of weeks, because last month was when the Derriere thing was going on. So this summer, she's been really quiet. So we're just waiting to see Wagwan, Vera, is there going to be tea for next year? What's happening? But as we are moving on, let us move to the one that smacked us all in the face.
Masaibu ya boy child. If there's been a poster boy for the boy child, imekuwa Will Smith. My God. For the longest time, we really held this family on a pedestal. You know, these are the Smiths. There's nothing that could go wrong about them. The only rumors that were there were,
August Alsina?
Not really.
Oh,
like
okay.
the children would do something weird. You know, like we just
Privilege.
that really good family with that weird daughter and that weird son. You know.
Will
And that was
and
it.
Jaden. Oh, God.
Until during COVID, the wife decided, with the daughter and the
Red Table
mother,
Talk.
decided to start this podcast,
Yeah.
the Red Table Talk. And immediately we're like, the table is not the only red thing in this thing. We could see the red flags. My God. Will Smith anaongeleshwa huko, unajiuliza, wow, as a man, why would you listen to that? And then, Jada goes on to talk about how, a man should not feel threatened by this, we did yada. But people could really tell this man is really going through it. And then came out the whole saga with the wife talking about she had an entanglement with August Alsina, who has now come out as, not straight. And we're like, wow, that's
a lot.
That's a lot. And we had to see Will Smith stick beside his wife, because she's talking about past events and they've healed from that. But there was even a meme that came out of that, specific episode of Will Smith holding back tears. And he was just going through it. And you could see like people, when everyone is talking about you and telling you what you should do, but the situation was grounded in different. And people start speculating about how, the wife is the one who wears the pants in the house. And it's really emasculating for a man to not be held in the same standard he was before. And everyone was talking about it. We're just talking about how Will Smith amekaliwa proper. Lazima aitisha permission to breathe and everything. And we're like, okay, that's none of our business, okay? And then was it the Grammys or the Oscars?
No, before that, it was him as having been told us or telling us that they go on vacation with the ex-wife.
Yes.
And that Jada is okay with that. And they're all looking at them like, huh?
Mimi, this thing about being cool with the baby mama. I am here for it, but let's keep it respectful. Why would you go on a vacation with your baby mama? And then they're like, because there's a family unit. Will has a son, with another woman. So they go, the three of them, on vacation and leave this other. Mimi, maybe I'm too toxic for this new generation things, okay? Anyway, and then comes to this award ceremony, and the MC or the host is Chris Rock. And he's just, banter, especially when you have a huge crowd. Kathamis, you've done MC gigs,
man.
You really have to bring the crowd in, figure out something. There has to be engagement with the crowd. You've even seen it with stand-up comedics, where they'll stop in the middle of their act and now engage with the crowd. Like, what do you do? And then they make a bit out of that. Anyway, Chris Rock is killing it on stage and doing what he does best. And then he says, I don't know, a reference to Jada's baldness.
Yes.
And he says,
G.I. Jane.
Yes, G.I. Jane. They should bring it out. Bring you back for G.I. Jane 3 because she's very bald and everything. And we laughed about it. We were like, haha, that's very funny. Hey.
For like 2 seconds.
Hey. And even Will Smith was laughing.
Because it went from...
He was laughing at the
to
joke
him looking at
until
Jada
he
going
looked
back.
over at his wife and she was looking some type of way. So he felt the need to defend his wife. And what better way to show that you are the man of this house than to defend this wife that has been told she's sitting on you chapati. Anyway, Will Smith had kwa kiti haraka haraka and went and smacked.
Before that is the most common phrase in 2022.
No,
keep my name.
That was after the slap. He first went and slapped him.
It was the slap first.
Exactly. Alena kamtandik. Ukisema keep my wife's name out of your mouth before you attack, defend.
Okay.
So he walked as if, and even Chris Rock was even laughing as he was walking.
It would be like a bid.
Wa alipigwa kofi.
Yo.
Yani, you could, in slow motion. It was very funny. Imagine seeing your husband being beaten at a meaning upon the stage. I mean, I would have fought his wife also because what's that? And then he goes back to his seat and starts, keep my wife's name out your mouth, yada. And he says that over and over again. And what was supposed to be an act of him defending his wife was blown out of proportion, as it should be. And he was suspended. Was it the Oscars or the Grammys?
Yeah, it was the Oscars.
Yeah, he was suspended.
Was it the Grammys?
Yeah. Anyway, he was suspended.
No, it was Oscars.
Yeah.
School, yes.
He will never receive an award for, you know, the next 10 years, whatever. He lost out on a few movies he was doing. He even took a social media break, okay? You would think it would stop there. But his wife gets on social media and says, I think he overreacted. I don't think he should have done. Girl, he was defending you. He did that for you because of the position you have constantly put him in. Anyway, that was Will Smith. After doing all of that, I'm already social media juicy. Wacha nikwambie, it's a lot. Marriage, it's a lot. Anyway, I hope to get married in 2023.
From your lips to God's ears.
Amen.
And for anyone else who's trying to get married, please, let's not take Will Smith and Jada's marriage as the yardstick. Because, they do too much. They do entirely
lot.
too much.